do if you're house sitting for 10 days? Well, if you're like me, you get bored and start caramelizing onions at 9 a.m. I know, sounds a little strange, but I just started working with all the ingredients and spices at much different temperatures. Burned quite a few onions during the process. But after I found that sweet spot of temperature, it was perfect. So I found myself sitting on a mountain of brown goodness, and I was tasked with finding what would be the best vessel for this flavor. How could we get this to seep in something? And then it hit me. Potatoes. They would soak it up perfectly. And that's how that match was made in culinary heaven. I said culinary, but I'm no chef. I love cooking. I've been cooking since I was 6 years old, and have, to say whether I'm a good cook or not, that the verdict is still out. I don't think I'm, a good cook, but I do enjoy it. And that's the whole purpose. My mom said, know what you like, know your taste buds, get to know what you don't like, and then let your imagination do the rest of the work. In this speech, I plan on demonstrating how to create the perfect roasted potatoes with caramelized onion. It's a side dish that is one of my favorites, and it is packed with full flavor. It's amazing. Now, the captain of the ship, as you may have seen, is the onions. They are the whole reason I even got the potatoes to begin with. I will demonstrate to you how to prepare this dish that will hopefully not only amaze your taste buds, but those of whoever eat it, your guests, or if you have to bring it to a holiday party. It's a showstopper. It's fantastic. So now we're at the store. Now you're going to want to pick up a good fat onion. I say stout, squatty, different terms, but a good one. One that doesn't have any bruises or anything like that. And then you're going to get a bag of red potatoes. I've tried a bunch of different kinds, but the red they're perfect. If you don't like red, get Yukon or whatever ones you want. Now, while you're in the produce section, you're also going to want to get some sage and rosemary fresh. If you can't get it fresh, dried is fine, but you can't beat fresh ingredients. Now, stroll on over to where the salad dressers are and grab a bottle of white balsamic vinegar. This has changed my life. White balsamic vinegar has just been a game changer in my cooking world. It's fantastic. Now, here is a tricky part. I love Ina Garten off the Food Network, and I was watching one of her shows, Cooking with Wine. They have cooking white wine at the store on that same aisle, but she discourages really using cooking wine. She says to cook with the wine that you would drink. Well, we all know cooking wine does not taste good. So if you can't get real wine, then get cooking wine, and it should suffice. It's fine. Now, olive oil. You need to pick up some olive oil while you're there, and then there will be a jar of Better Than Bouillon chicken flavor. It's usually on the same aisle. Now, there aren't that many ingredients in this dish, but I feel like simplicity is key. And trust me, I've over-seasoned enough dishes to know you can't, you can always add, but you can't take away. My grandma used to berate me with that, and it's true. All right, now you're home with all of your ingredients. You're going to want to dice the onion, and after you're done dicing the onion, turn that oven on to about 375, between 375 and 400. Now you're going to put the skillet on the stove and about medium to medium high heat. You're going to put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in that skillet. Add the onions and cook until light brown. Now this is where the fun starts. After they're that beautiful brown color, add 2 cups of white wine. Turn up the heat for the next minute or two and let the alcohol cook out so it doesn't, taste just like wine and onions. It will just cook out and it will reduce. I looked up a recipe by Jamie Oliver, and he was talking about his next level steak sandwich. Well, he was talking about how he used vinegar and caramelizing his onions, and it just made the flavor completely different. So that's what made me want to try the white balsamic vinegar. And let me tell you, it's amazing. So after that, you're going to add, let's see, I think 1 cup of the white balsamic vinegar, and then 2 tablespoons of the better than bouillon chicken. Now, the smell that will be running through your house at this point is just pretty much intoxicating. Now, it's time to add the rosemary and sage to your liking. If you don't really love the herbs, then like I said, figure out what you like. You can always, there's always room for change. Now, at this point, you let the simmering and the heat, all that, do its job. Turn it down on simmer, put the lid on it, go binge watch one of your shows. While you're there, cut the potatoes in quarters. You can multitask. Now, now that you have the onions where they need to be, put the potatoes in a 9 by 9 pan. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Get the oil, get the olive oil and the onions and the potatoes, mix them all up. Now, pop those babies in the oven, and depending on whether you like it crispy or not, you let them stay in for about 20 minutes until they're golden. Now, I was looking at an article on roasted potatoes, and of course, Martha Stewart, she's amazing. She had an article about roasted potatoes, said all about roasted potatoes. She perfectly describes what we all want. How to get the crispy outside with the creamy and gooey, almost gooey inside, the soft one. Just melts inside your mouth. She helped me a lot to get that. Now, I've showed you how to make perfect caramelized onion roasted potatoes. The ingredients are simple, and imagination is welcomed. Figure out what you like and roll with it. Be spontaneous. I've been cooking for quite a while, and it's all about trial and error. Just be open to new flavors. So next time that you're in a bind and you're thinking, what can I make? You have new tools now to create a side dish that quickly takes the role of the main attraction. Sure, there are meals out there that are ready to go, and they taste great too. But I invite you to find some fresh ingredients and use your imagination to create a delicious